All right, so we just finished the first semester of 2024, and I want to give you the market report of the BCS MLS numbers. First, the number of new listings that hit the market are 1,998 new listings. That just came on the market the first 6 months of this year, totaling $2.6 billion of real estate. And of the 1,998 properties, we had 611 of those go under contract, or $590 million of real estate. And we had 935 units close, $671 million of real estate. 97% list price to sales price, so only 3% negotiation on those units that did close this year so far, and an average of 252 days on the market. Now, one thing to keep in mind, of the 935 units that did close, a number of those actually went under contract last year in 2023. That's about 600 or so of those 935 units went under contract this year and did close this year. So what does that mean? Some interesting points and conclusions that I have from these numbers. Nearly 60% of the units that went under contract and closed this year were in Los Cabos. And the numbers I just gave you are for the full state of Baja California Sur. So almost 60% of them just in Cabo. 9% of those units are in the East Cape, 15% in La Paz, and 16% on the Pacific side of the Baja California Sur Peninsula. 50% of the inventory that came on the market went under contract in 2024. I ran a very interesting statistic. The number of pendings for the first 6 months for the last 5 years. I want to run those numbers by you, and so you know what the market data is. Back in 2019, we had a total of 791 units go under contract, and the following year in 2020, we only had 520. 34% less. Why is that? Well, it's the pandemic. We were closed for 2 full months, and that slowed down sales. But in 2021, we had 345% increase with 1,797 units going under contract. And then in 2022, we had even more units go under contract. We had 1,897 units, 5% more than in 2021. And then last year, in 2023, we had 1,361 units go under contract. It was 28% lower than in 2022. And this year, we had 1,252 units go under contract, which was 8% lower than in 2023. So what's happened? The last couple of years, we've had less number of units going under contract than the prior year. And we've also had an increase of the inventory of active units on the market by, I would say, 30%. We have well over 3,000 active units at any given time so far this year in 2024. So there's more inventory and there's less units going under contract. But if you compare it to 2019, we're still 791 compared to 1,252. That's probably a 50% increase in the number of units just in 5 years. The market is still very strong, but there's just a lot more competition. So if you're a seller in this market, you're wondering, why isn't my property selling like it did in 2021, in 2022? Well, you have more competition, and there are about 30% less number of units going under contract than what we saw in 2021 and 2022. And if you're a buyer, you're still looking at a lot of inventory on the market compared to the year prior, and you are looking at more new construction than resale units. So if you're looking for something that is turnkey, ready to go, there's not as many units as you would like. But in the next couple of years, a lot of that inventory is going to be completed, and there's going to be great buys for you as buyers. 2024 is a double election year, Mexico and the United States. Mexico already had their election well over a month ago. And now in November of this year, the U.S. election. What's going to happen? Well, I believe after the U.S. election, the real estate market here in Baja, California Sur is going to increase. I've been here for 4 election cycles in the U.S., and every time the U.S. election positively influenced the real estate market here after the election. So that's a little bit of an insight of the first semester of 2024. If you want more information, let me know. And until the next market report, bye for now.